Hello, upper school. Today we are going to stick with the solar system space theme. Last week we did imposters and crew members from Among Us with a rocket ship. Today I want to do kind of a more realistic spaceman or astronaut. So let's start, and we'll start with the head and work our way down, but it's going to be a little bit more realistic than an Among Us character, and I think it'd be really fun. Okay, so first things first. You're gonna have your paper up and down. You're gonna have it portrait mode. And our astronaut is gonna be going in the center of our paper. And like I said before, we're gonna start with the head and then work our way down, okay? And we're gonna be repeating the same shapes and lines that we've been making in pretty much all our other videos. All right, so first things first. And I'll have my reference over here. So if I'm looking over here, actually let me move it so remember what I'm doing here. Okay, does that look good? Okay, perfect. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do, and our spaceman, or I don't know why I'm calling it a spaceman, our astronaut is gonna be kind of tilted because it's gonna be floating around in space, you know, zero gravity. And it's gonna be a little bit different than the Among Us characters that we drew last week because there's more details. So let's try, let's see what happens. All right, so first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna make a curvy line for the visor of the helmet or the glass part of the helmet. And I'm gonna make kind of like a rainbow shape or half circle shape right here in the middle. And that's gonna be for the visor. Okay, and it's gonna come in a little bit on each side. And if you want it to be a little bit more in, you can just add those lines, okay? Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna draw the outside of the helmet. And basically what you're going to do is you can make, well, you could do it two ways. You can make another line above it, or you could do a line inside. So I think it might be easier if we just do a line inside. So I'm gonna kind of copy that line. And I'm gonna go around. See a little piece of dust here. Okay. All right, so we have the helmet. To make the rest of the helmet, we're gonna make the part that attaches to the spacesuit itself. So I'm gonna make a curvy line that's gonna curve up. So it's gonna go all the way across. And then I'm just gonna connect this line here. And then another curvy line just to make that part of the neck. Just like that. All right, cool. And then after that, we're going to kind of close this shape. So I'm gonna add a line that connects this part to this part and this part to this part. All right, so we have a helmet. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna draw the shoulders, and then the hands and arms are gonna be coming out like this. So what you're going to do is you're gonna draw a curvy line that goes down. That's for the shoulder. I'm actually gonna go ahead and do the other one over this side. Okay, it could be a little bit different because he's kind of like this. All right, to make the rest of the arm, what you're going to do is you're gonna make a little line like this, kind of like a little half C shape. And then what you're going to do is you're gonna make another curvy line, a little bit bigger next to it. And that's kind of where the folds are of the suit, where the elbow is. And then we're gonna start making the forearm. And the forearm is gonna come out like this. So I'm gonna draw a line coming out. And like I said, whenever we draw, there's lots of different ways to do this. So if you have an easier way to draw arms and legs and the body, you can go with that. All right. So we're gonna make the hand, and to make the hand, we're gonna start with the thumb sticking out. And when you're looking at hands, the thumbs are always on the inside towards the inside of the body. So my thumb is gonna attach right here to the forearm, and I'm gonna make a C, just like that. And then the thumb, so it's gonna go up, like back like that, and then it's gonna go back around, kind of like a hot dog shape. And then inside where the thumb is connected to the hand, it's kind of rounded. So we're gonna draw a round kind of like circle shape, just like that. And that's where like the thumb attaches to the hand. And then we're gonna make kind of like a mitten, like he's wearing mittens. So I'm gonna go from the corner of his thumb. I'm gonna go up and around and back down. And that's gonna make the rest of his hand. And then to make the rest of the fingers, I'm just gonna make a finger here, a finger here, and a finger here, okay? It's like his hand is sticking out like this. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a curvy shape just to complete that hand where the sleeve is coming up from the suit, and then another one underneath it. And then I'm gonna have it come down and then attach to his spacesuit here, okay? And then I'm gonna do the other side. So we're gonna do a curvy shape and then the forearm. So I'm gonna draw a line that connects, goes up, just like that. And then a half circle line for his, where the glove is attaching to the arm. And then I'm gonna go down and around, just like that. And then to make the hand, we're basically doing the same thing. So we're going to make that bump right here for the thumb, then the half circle shape, and then the thumb is gonna go up and back down, make our mitten shape, and then the lines going up for the rest of the fingers. And I'm just drawing 4 fingers. But if you want to draw all 5, you can do that. All right, so the hardest part is now done. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw the rest of his torso. So I'm gonna draw a line that goes down here and a line that goes down here. And like I always say, if it doesn't look exactly like mine, don't worry about it. There's a million different ways to draw. And then when we come down here, we're gonna draw a curvy line this way for his belt. And then another one for the bottom of his belt, attach them. And then for his legs, we're going to have him kind of like, have his legs like sticking out. I'm just like thinking for a minute there. Okay, so I'm just gonna have like a U shape coming out like this way. And then a U shape coming out like this. Kind of like you're making him on a circle, kind of like Wally or, oh, what is the Star Wars thing? BB-8, that's it. Okay, BB-8, all right, I couldn't think of it, okay. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on the inside, I'm gonna make the rest of his legs. So I'm gonna make kind of like the folds for where the kneecap is, where the folds are in the suit. And then I'm just gonna attach these lines. And then I'm gonna come down and do the same thing. And then to make the boots or the space boots, you're gonna make a curvy line going around where his back of his foot is. And then you're gonna go down and go back up just to make the shape of that leg or that boot. And then we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Okay. And then to finish off the boot, you're just gonna draw, or you're gonna figure out where you want the boot to go up to. And I think I kind of want it, tongue twister. I want it up towards his kneecap. So I'm gonna draw a curvy line here, a curvy line here, and then I'm just gonna make another one just to connect up. And then I'm gonna do another line like this just to show the shape of the foot. And then another line like this. And then if you wanna give like the sole of the shoe, you can kind of follow that line around. Follow the line around this way. Perfect. Okay, we're almost there. And then what we're going to do is we're gonna add the details. So you can add some more folds. So I'm gonna add some lines like this. And then maybe a pocket. And then I'm gonna do a square, a rectangle in the middle. Maybe I wanna do like an American flag. So I'm just gonna do a rectangle, and then a square inside, and then some lines, like that. And then some like buttons or something. And this part is optional. Okay. And then I'll draw some lines here just to show the texture. And then I feel like I messed up the hand here where I made it too big. So I'm gonna see if I can add another finger and see what that looks like. Oh yeah, that looks better. So I'm gonna do the same thing over here. So now he's got 5 fingers on both sides. All right. I don't know if I made that better or worse, but anyway, you can add as many fingers as you want. So 4 to 5. Usually when they're doing a character, it's 4 fingers because artists, it's easier to do different hand gestures with 4 fingers. But I want to try it with 5, and it actually doesn't look that bad. So when I go in and add my shading, I'll fix it. And then he needs his space pack. So it's basically a rectangle behind him. So kind of like an L shape here, L shape here. It's gonna come down and then underneath his legs there and then go back up, kind of like there's a big rectangle behind him. And now I can add my color. So I'm gonna keep him simple. I'm gonna keep his space suit white. And I'm gonna use gray for the shadow. And when you're doing shadows, you wanna think about where the light is coming from. So I'm thinking the light's gonna be coming out from this way. So all my shadows are gonna be on this side. So if the sun is over here, or the light is over here, all the shadows are gonna be on this side of the space. Man, I don't know why I keep calling him a spaceman, astronaut. So I'm gonna draw some shadow. I'm just going around the edges. Perfect. Where I would think shadows would be. I'm gonna go over my fingers here. Fix that one. Do the same thing over here. Yeah, I like that I gave him 5 fingers. He looks more realistic. And then over here. Okay. And see, I'm just adding a little bit of gray to the edges just to give that illusion of shadow. Do the same thing here. Underneath his pack right there. And then maybe for the folds. Okay. And if you want to draw the spaceship and stuff in the background, you can do that, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. For his glass, there's going to be a reflection of the light, like a highlight. So I'm just going to draw a oval shape like that. And then you can color whatever's being reflected in his visor. I'm just going to keep it blue. I'm going to use this like sparkly blue that I got. Ooh, it's so shiny. I like it. I'm gonna use red. And once you see, you start adding color and all your mistakes get like covered up and nobody's gonna notice. Because I at first did not like my hands, but now I think my hands look pretty good. Do my American flag. Oh, it looks so good. Taking it. Much more realistic than a Among Us crew member. But those are fun to draw too. So if you want to draw some of those in the background, you could totally do that. In fact, maybe I'm going to draw another one in the background. Really far away, so it's going to be small. So I got some Among Us characters kind of just chilling in the background. have this one facing this way. So just the same shapes we used last time. So you start with the visor, kind of like a rounded rectangle, then go down and around for the first leg, second leg, go back and around, and then make the spacesuit. So you can see these are a lot easier to draw, but the real one looks better to me. And then I'll just do another one in the background over here. These are our friends from last week. They're coming to visit our other space guy. Okay, so I'll add some colors. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna do some red. And then we're gonna have a green. No, let's do blue, because I already have blue right here. And then some, let's stick to the primary colors. Yellow, red, and blue. And then right, so for the backgrounds, you could do planets, you could do stars. I'm just gonna keep it simple like this today. You could do the spaceship, the sun. You know what, I'll just add some stars, some little stars, just to give some extra color around it. And we got it. We got a realistic astronaut wearing a spacesuit, and then we added some of our Among Us characters to go with it. I thought it was really fun. Remember, there's tons of ways to draw different things, so if your picture doesn't look exactly like mine, your astronaut does not look exactly like mine, it's totally okay. Just go with it, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy drawing.